I'm just trying to find my thing that holds my phone up. Just a moment. Hey everybody. Hi everyone. I hope you had or are having a great Sunday so far. I'm just getting my computer ready. I'm gonna have to figure out a different way to prop my phone because guess what? I can't find my stick. And it's funny because I was struggling to use it during the last live stream when I was in the car. I really need to learn how to put things back where I got them from so it's easy to find it. Let me get my computer together. Okay. I'm going to check the car one more time, but I'm just going to have to let it go and let it find me. Has that ever happened to you? Can't Oh, you're heading to work. I hope you have a great night at work. Has that ever happened to you where you're like you can't find something and then you let it go and then it comes to you? Hey, everybody. Okay, let me just. All right. And also clean this because it doesn't look very. Okay, that's a lot better. Much better. Okay. All right, let me check one more time. Okay, I can't find it, but the show will go on anyway. Okay, let me just move my chair back. That's how we'll do. I'll just move my chair back, and that's how the show's gonna go on. Hey everyone, happy Sunday. We just gonna do it like this. Let me pull up the big screen so I can see the comments on my computer since I'm a little further away from the phone. But hi everybody. Oh, look, I want to share something with you guys. So, I am a church goer, and Layla and I, we've been attending this church for a year. My friend invited us for Easter Sunday, and I decided today that you graduate! Congratulations, proud of you, sir. Layla's can you see that? I know it's kind of looking backwards, but it's a baby dedication. I know Layla's not a baby, but look at my girl with her milk mustache. I know she's not a baby, but still it's never too late. So she was dedicated to God today. Yay!
It's cookie.
It's a that is a cookie. So I just wanted to share that with you all. I didn't even tell my sister knows. I didn't tell my dad yet though. What's your milk mustache, Layla? You going some? All right, bye, princess. But congrats on your upcoming graduation. Graduation, yay! But yeah, I'm happy about that. I'm happy about a lot of things. It's been good. It's been good, and I'm so glad you all are here. We have a lot to discuss. I am fully caught up on all the episodes and what's been happening on the show this week. So thank you. So where should we start, y'all? Where should we start? I'm gonna let y'all sound off. There has been a lot going on in the show. Let me just say that Marshall can stay gone. Hat Daddy can stay gone. We don't need you, sir. We don't need you. Okay? You can stay gone from Port Charles. So who thinks Harmony is going to die? Hi, Susan. I think Harmony should die. Sandy said, bye, Cat Daddy. Sonny and Michael. Okay. Oh, okay. We'll start from the top of the week. We'll start from the top of the week with Sonny and Michael, and we can link that to Curtis and Marshall since the main theme is pretty much father-son relationships. So I had to put it in the title, and you said you feel like she's gonna die. Oh man. I think that she shouldn't die so Willow can confront her. That's why I think she shouldn't die, but we're definitely gonna have to see on that. But in the title of today's live stream, I put Michael and Sonny, like, whose side are you on? I just wanted to open it just in case someone has a different perspective that they'd like to offer. Yes, Amanda. Thank you for Amanda, because they be taking down the GH channels left and right. So shout out to Amanda for those clips. That's how I was able to get the thumbnail for today's video. Bye bye wannabe pimp named Slick. Not a pimp named Slickback. No. What? Oh, now I want to watch the Boondocks. Why you do that? Why? You said Michael isn't wrong, Team Michael. Yes, so someone confirmed that during the last live stream. What is Beyond Salem supposed to be about? I have to look into that. You're on Michael's side. Sonny acting like Nina. Oh, hold on. Let me get the live stream up on the big screen so I can see the comments better. Okay, there we go. Come on, load up. All right. Okay, there we go. Sonny acting like Nina now. Team Michael. Okay, let me. Oh no. Ooh, don't do that. Okay. So let me just go in real quick and I'll look back at the chat for a moment. So what I was thinking about Michael, this is so reminiscent of their fallout from, what year was that? What year was Avery born? Well, the year that Avery was born, we know that Sonny had killed AJ. He was keeping it a secret. Michael found out and they had this big falling out. I was getting such vibes from that. To those of you who were watching around that time and remember, did you feel that Michael should not have forgiven Sonny for that? Or were you understanding of him and Sonny coming back together? Because if memory serves me right, Michael was melting when it came to Sonny and welcoming him back as his dad, and then Sonny got shot, and that's when Jake Doe was in the picture and stuff, and then Michael stepped up to the plate and went to the meeting of the 5 families. So at that time, did you feel like Michael You was understanding that Michael should, thank you, Krista. You were understanding of that. Sonny did choose Nina over the family. Nina is disgusting. Oh, that I'm glad the wedding didn't happen. I expected them to get back where they are. So with that being said, and we've seen Michael and Sonny have a falling out before, I just think that eventually they're going to come back together. They're falling out right now, but they will come back together at some point, especially with what Willow is going through with Harmony and how she was saying, you know, I understand where you're coming from, Michael, but I'm just now starting to get a relationship with my mother. And even in the chapel, she was like, I'll never forgive myself for that time. So it'll be interesting to see how this impacts Michael going forward, especially when the whole truth comes out, because that's going to affect his relationship with Willow big time. But going back to it, I'm on Michael's side with this. I really am. It's especially when he told Sonny Sonny was claiming, I did everything that I could to make the marriage work. I didn't want a divorce. And Michael was like, well, the reason for the divorce is because she caught you in bed with another woman. What did you expect her to do? What did you expect to lie down, roll over, and just take it? So Michael is completely right here. Like he feels betrayed. You betrayed them. And it goes so much deeper than that infidelity. There was an even greater infidelity going on with their trust. He betrayed their trust and chose this woman, Nina, who hurt them greatly by keeping the secret that he was alive all this time. This woman who goes around championing her pain over losing a child and thinking that her child was dead, but her child wasn't dead, but now is dead. And it's like, for you to understand and throw that loss of a loved one, a loss of a child, and for you to conceal the secret, knowing that you could restore that loss for someone, that they wouldn't have to feel that loss, but you kept it to yourself for your own selfish purposes. Nina, you are just, I'm not gonna say, I know they've all been hypocritical. My problem with Nina is that, just like Sonny, she and Sonny are really turning a blind eye. It's like they're walking through blind. Like they really don't understand why folks is upset with them. Nina had a conversation with Sasha this week when Sasha stopped by the apartment. And she goes, oh, you know, Michael blames me for his parents not being together, so my punishment is this reporter hounding me. What? Girl, you are to blame. The way, like, she took it, she said it, and she took no accountability. It's like, girl, you and Sonny are really of the same energy right now. You deserve whatever you get. So I'm completely on Michael's side right here. It's just Sonny, I don't know. It's really weird. Does that happen a lot? It's like, I don't know if he's really not understanding or if he doesn't want to give his understanding to Michael and Carly because he wants to be selfish and he wants everyone to be okay with what he's doing. And it's like, okay, Dante, for instance, Dante put that thing very well. He said, just because I understand where Michael is coming from doesn't mean I'm trying to bash you being with Nina. He was like, that's your choice, but I understand where my brother is coming from. So I like how Dante put that thing. He wasn't sitting there saying, hey, I'm taking Michael's side, I'm taking your side. No, he was like, look, I understand my brother, but I'm not going to sit here and get in your business about your choice. Sonny been letting his family down since he came home and choosing Nina over them. And the thing about that is I think a lot of folks are shocked, especially Michael, because of course Michael was saying that Sonny has loyalty. You know, Sonny has put loyalty in him and he's breaking his own code. And we all thought that when Sonny came back, we would get Sonny, you know, like, oh, wait till Sonny gets back and he realizes what Nina's been doing to him. Oh, there will be hell to pay. We thought that there was going to be hell to pay for this woman hurting his family and keeping him from his family. Nope. And wow, nope. You think he's off his medication? Yeah, Nina does. She sure does. And what else? Okay, so when Sonny was talking to Dante, he was going on about saying, "Oh, you want to do it? You want to do it? Ooh, girl, you getting good with your hand muscles on that. You see it? You want to do it again? Ooh." So Sonny was going on and on telling Dante, my whole life I've done my best for my kids and all this, and as his father, I want respect. Classic Sonny, classic Sonny. He's so stubborn and so prideful that he doesn't want to admit that he's wrong. It's going to have to take him really going through something with Nina, maybe, I'm not sure, or a family tragedy or something for him to come to it. Hey, Rose. But when he was going on and on about what I've done for my kids and I deserve respect, that's what Michael is saying. We deserve respect. You have to give respect to get respect. I told my daughter's father this. I tell him, disrespect breeds disrespect. Okay? You cannot sow seeds of disrespectfulness and not expect to reap a whole harvest full of it. You understand what I'm saying? So, honey. Sonny can miss me with all that crap. Then you have Brando coming in. And I understand Brando's perspective because he didn't have a father and but Brando, sir, you're just not getting it. I understand what he was trying to do, but Brando, you're way off. I didn't agree with what Brando was trying to offer to the table in that form. I wasn't here for it. Jennifer, I see that. I think you're right. I can see why random punks think Sonny isn't a threat. He hasn't really shown he is a threat. No, and especially since he doesn't have Jason around. Nina treated Willow wrong and got her fired as a teacher. And the thing is that Nina isn't going to suffer. I really believe that Nina is going to wear Willow down. She's going to wear her down. She's going to wear her down into a mother-daughter relationship. And that's really that's going to test her relationship with Michael and Carly. It's going to be rough. But Nina's going to wear Willow down into a relationship. She definitely is. And she doesn't deserve it. That's the thing. She doesn't deserve it, but at the same time, okay, before we get into all of that, let's talk about the other father-son relationship that took place on Monday. And you're naked. Stay there. Lord have mercy. Okay.
We don't have a dress.
No, don't take that off. Keep your clothes on.
Mommy. We don't have any dress.
Well, go out there and close the door, but don't come back in here like that.
Mommy, I want some milk.
You want some milk? Oh, keep your clothes down. Layla! Lord have mercy. Get out the room! All right. Okay. Oh, I don't like. I'm with you. I don't really like Trina and Rory either. I don't. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, Marshall and Curtis, the other father-son relationship that was on earlier this week. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that Marshall is gone. I am great if he stays gone. I really don't see what he brought to the table, except just, a bit of story, more backstory for Curtis, drama, but other, of real value, I don't see it. A lot of folks was like, Sonny was saying, oh, are you going to go after your father if there's a chance that you can make it happen? Portia was wondering if he would go after Marshall, and even Marshall was lying. Marshall was lying. How are you going to come in after being out of his life? Oh, I'm going to get on them, I promise. We're going to talk about Trina and Rory and all of that. But what? Yeah, Marshall is a deadbeat. He comes back after all these years. He lied about why he was gone. Maybe there's a deeper reason. Maybe there's something within that protest that took place that he doesn't want to be found out. That's the true reason. I don't know, but you can't come back after all those years and lie. Stella lying too. Yes, she is. How are you going to come back after all these years and try to have a relationship with integrity and lie to your child and then catch an attitude when he looks deeper into who you are? Absolutely he should. You are a stranger to him. You're not his loving father who raised him. You are a stranger. He had better look into who you are. And nobody needs to make Curtis feel bad for doing what he did. Absolutely not. He did the right thing because this man is a stranger. He's not his father. Not in the sense and in the essence of what a father should be. And then Marshall, he did not humble himself, come off his high horse. He wants to have a relationship based off of his terms, and everybody put him pretty much worshiping the ground he walks on. I'm glad he's gone because he annoyed the hell out of me with the way he was introduced to the cast, lurking in the shadows, having some guy come in there that he paid and, making it seem like he was some big hot shot. The Marshall character has gotten on my nerves, and I hope he stays gone. And then at the very end of it, Curtis was like, look, there doesn't have to be any more secrets. He was willing to forgive this man and move on. She did. Well, she's smart, very smart. He was on contract. Ugh. Then he'll be back. But I wish they would rework his character. If he would come back and be humble about the situation, because Curtis was like, look, we could still work this out. He was like, just why, he was asking him a question. He said, oh, why don't you find it in your file? And if you can't find it, then you ain't gonna get no answers from me. How are you supposed to have a good relationship with your son or build one if you're gonna sit there and have a nasty attitude like that? You're not open for a real relationship. You're not mature enough to have one. And he really reminded me of Sonny, but at the same time, I don't compare the way that Marshall is a father to the way that Sonny is one, because let it be known, Sonny didn't disappear on his kids ever. All right, ever. Yeah, he cheated. Yeah, he got, he a mobster or whatever. But let something happen to Michael or one of them kids, Sonny will be right there even though they got issues. Sonny and Marshall are not in the same league. Portia needs to tell Curtis the truth about the paternity. I don't like Cat Daddy. Me either. Yes, Beverly, let's talk about that. Portia was tripping coming at Curtis about him not telling her what he was doing when she has a very big secret. Let's dissect that. So Portia was at the club with Drew, talking to him, trying to get as much information as she could. She learned that Drew had said that he was going to hire Curtis's father, and that they did a background check. They didn't turn up anything. Portia, girl, you gonna ruin your relationship, because I understand there needs to be transparency, but it's amazing how what goes around comes around. Is anybody getting Jordan Curtis vibes with what's going on? How Portia wants to know what's going on and like, why are you keeping this from me? just like Curtis wanted those same things from Jordan. And what is Curtis not telling Portia right now? What is, because Portia knows that he did not get those records on the up and up from a legitimate source. She even said it. I know you didn't get those records from a legitimate source. But Curtis is not telling her that he's in business with Selena and kind of Sonny, because Sonny and Selena are business partners. So even though Curtis wanted to keep his business legitimate, his business is completely now illegitimate because he is in bed with two of the city's mobsters. And Portia doesn't even know. He is in bed with Miss Wu. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, hold on. Krista says she disagrees. Hold on a second. Oh, with Rose, Marshall's carrying seat. He's in. Yes. Come in, baby. Come in. Are you dressed? Oh, you want me to open the door? You got your doctor kit. Just
she's walking. This is the set for a screw. Just walk.
all right. I got my eye on you. Mm-hmm. But Portia and Curtis got together too fast, then brought a house together while not even engaged to be married. Foolishness. And the man hasn't even confirmed that he's divorced from his wife. Jordan is still his wife. Legally, she is still his wife. Why do folks do that? Y'all, but again, what goes around comes around. And the very thing that he allowed to come between his relationship with his current wife is the very thing that's going to come between him and Portia. Portia wants transparency. And Curtis is not going to be able to give her that because of the nature of his business. Just like Jordan couldn't do that to him. Jordan wasn't keeping things from him to be malicious or you know, it was a part of her job. And it's the same thing now with Curtis and Portia. He can't tell her how he got those records. He can't tell her. He can't tell her he's in with the mob. Because that's what you're in, Curtis. You're in with the mob. And it's going to get worse. You think Marshall is the problem that could come back on the both of y'all? No. That mess with Mrs. Wu was going to hit the fan. It really is. Curtis and Portia are boring. Ah, you said pop meat kettle? You pity Nina? I don't think anybody's checking about the divorce. It's so much going on right now. I think the only way they would check in on the divorce is maybe if somebody gets engaged. Like if Curtis and Portia get engaged, then they'll run into the fact that they're still married. It's kind of like with Sam, Jason, and Drew. When Sam and Drew wanted to get married, or you know, she found out she was still legally married to Jason. So it'll probably be something like that where they find out. I don't want. You'll be back? Yeah. All right. Love you. Curtis did not try harder for his marriage. He wanted Portia. Yes, Karen, tell that truth. Tell that truth. He wanted to have an opportunity with Portia. A lot of people do that. A lot of people do that. They'll use the problem to make it bigger and bigger and bigger enough to be like, I can't do this. And he wasted no time with getting with Portia. Wasted no time. Does Portia even know who Trina's dad is? We don't know because we're all speculating that Curtis is the father. But wouldn't it be very interesting to know that she was messing around with more than just Curtis and Taggart at the time? Yes?
Hello.
Hello. Hey, babe.
Look at this.
Look at this. You got your Minnie Mouse doctor's kit. You need the doctor's kit, it sounds like. Give yourself a booster shot. Oh no. You said too bad Maury's retiring this year. Oh my gosh. You said you wouldn't put it past her. Curtis and Portia are moving too fast. Already bought a house. All right. I love you. Like, don't you get your final copies of divorce papers when it's final? Yes, you do. But like I said, I don't think that they're really paying attention because ever since Jordan's come back, honestly, yes. Ever since Jordan's come back, it's been like nonstop police work. I have to give it to her. She's been getting a whole lot of police action since she's been back. And girl just ain't got time to be checking the mail for those divorce papers. She's trying, the city got a hot ass mess on its plate. Like for real. I used to have doctor's kid. Oh yeah. GH paternity reveals Harmony getting hit by a car was expected once she ran. Curtis wanted out of the PI biz because of having secrets, and now he's with the mob. He's disappointing lately. Judy, it's amazing. You leave one situation, you go right into another one before you know it. It's really sad actually because he honestly was trying to stay legit. He really was. I have a quick question before we move on to other characters. When Sonny and Curtis were talking, Sonny flashed back to a moment when a pill bottle hit the floor and it rolled to him and it said Marshall Ashford on it. What was that about? Why did we have that flashback? I must have missed something because sometimes I teeter in and out. But what was that about with the pill bottle? Why was that significant? Schizophrenia? That's why Marshall was does that explain Marshall's behavior? He has schizophrenia. He might have it. Oh, you think he has bipolar disorder, or it's just a mental illness in general? Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
The doctor's appointment.
A doctor's appointment? Okay.
Okay.
And why Sonny didn't tell Curtis, I have no idea. Schizophrenia. Marshall probably.
Ah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So he has a mental illness. I don't understand. I get it. There's a stigma with mental illness, and it's unfortunate. But I don't believe that's something that he has to hide from his family. That's something that you should absolutely tell your family. They should absolutely know. I mean, is that something that could run in the family? Schizophrenia I don't know much about it. Can you inherit that? I mean, that's something that you should absolutely disclose to your family. I mean, that's something he really should tell them. I guess he's embarrassed. That's the only... You think Stella knows? He's afraid he will. But won't he hurt them if he doesn't tell them? And if he, and if he's not in his right frame of mind, they won't know how to help him if he doesn't let them know, hey, I have this. So if something happens, this is why. He absolutely needs to disclose that information. You can inherit it. Yeah, he definitely needs to tell them. That's a responsibility. That's like if you're walking around with HIV. You have to tell. You should definitely tell your partner that you have that before you engage with them. I know it's two different things, but you need to tell people this stuff. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. I don't care how you feel. You need to tell people these things. Because he's taking some kind of medication, but he never said what the medication was for. Maybe that's what's going on with him. He had a mental problem. African Americans are embarrassed of having. Well, maybe they'll blow the lid off of that and discuss that. That'll be a good topic to discuss. Definitely. I can only talk from the outside looking in. I don't know. Hey, baby, I don't know what it's like to have a mental illness, and I wouldn't want to go around telling people. But when it's your family, especially your son, the next of kin, you absolutely need to disclose that information. Yes, honey.
Hello.
Curtis dealing with schizophrenia would actually be interesting. They recasted Jason? Oh. They just have no respect for legacy characters. Michael has tunnel vision when it comes to Sonny. What do you mean, Monique? Are you... Are you on the? Yes.
Hello.
Whoa. Monique, are you on the side of Michael when it comes to the thing that's going on between him and Sonny? No recast, new character. Okay. Oh, a new character. Okay. Rumor is that he is supposed to be Dante's son.
Layla.
Okay. No, character called Dex, new enforcer. Okay. Is Dex are they going to make the yes, Layla. Hi. Hey. No, it's a new character. It is only a weakness when
Mommy.
you don't seek help for your mental illness. Yes, honey?
Minnie Mouse. It's Dr. Toy and Minnie Mouse.
Yes. Are you gonna open it? So, all right. We'll move on from that. I just wanted to point out those things and get those relationships out the way. So what's next? Okay, Ava Jerome. Ava Jerome, I wish you could listen to me, honey. I know you're a fictional character. Ava, you need to give your husband some kitty, honey. It's time that you give your husband some kitty. Do you know the power of sex, honey? And that your husband is thirsty for the kitty? And this is why I'm going to be so mad if and when he ends up sleeping with Esme. Because does anybody feel what I'm saying? This man is like, please tell me what to do. He wants his wife. He wants the kitty. This man is bonkers, okay? And girl, if you laid on him right, he would call Esme and be like, oh yeah, we done sent your luggage to Kelly's. It'll be waiting for you. Don't come back to Spoon Island. Oh, you checking my heartbeat? Sound good. Don't press the button. Ooh. That's my heart. You hear my heartbeat? Ooh. I'm getting a checkup. Yeah. Esme is waiting for a chance. Yes. I hope Nick isn't that stupid. I don't. It's not so much that Nicholas is stupid, but he's vulnerable. That's what's happening here. He's vulnerable, and without certain comforts from his wife, and because things aren't good between him and his wife, he is very vulnerable to an attack from Esme. That's why I said, Ava, you need to take care of that department with your husband and don't let it drag out, because if and when he does sleep with Esme, you're going to be devastated. And then all of us is going to be like, oh, Nicholas, you nasty, you trash. But this man is in a weakened state. He's kind of being neglected by his wife in that way. This man needs affection. That's why I said, Ava, give this man the kitty before this little trifling, okay, baby, before this little trifling girl gives your husband the kitty. Girl, give your husband the kitty. He is vulnerable, and he's gonna make a mistake because he's vulnerable. I know I'm not trying to say that he needs to get off the hook for what he's done or whatever like that, but girl, he's in a vulnerable spot. Oh, Sandy said he is that stupid. I agree, Nicholas is stupid, but I feel like if he and Ava really if they can reconnect, he wouldn't be as vulnerable. I really feel like he wouldn't be as vulnerable, but he is dumb. But he's in a vulnerable position right now, and he's not getting it from his wife. And Esme is doing all that unnecessary touching, like with the trading of the phone and stuff like that, putting it in his hand like this. And Laura even peeped it. He's not even listening to his mother. Laura's like, yes, I came in the nick of time. What the hell? But she's sitting there talking about this woman. She said, you have a scorpion in your house. She's poisoning your home. Get her out of here. And then Ava, instead of telling Ava, oh, she ain't coming back here, sitting there talking about, oh, we don't have a date. The date is today. The date is yesterday. Don't you do that to your wife. Esme, don't come back here. What you mean? Oh, Nicholas, that's the stupid part. That is really the stupid part. That's not Ava's fault. And that's not sexual vulnerability right there. That's the stupidity. That's the stupidity right there. You say what? Oh, the old Nicholas was smarter than this. Yes, I saw that they were kept. Yes, thank you. Yes, Ava and Finn. Ava and Finn. Ava and Finn. Thank you for saying that. I thought that when they were at the nail salon. Ava and Finn. Get his ass away from crazy Elizabeth, please. I'm here for Ava and Finn. I'm here for it, honey. Yes. I'm here for it. But Nicholas and Ava, it's crazy. It's just so crazy because they were it's like these couples, they get together and then you think they're going to be happy and they spend more time at each other's throats than in happiness. You're on Michael's side? Yeah, that was so random but cute. Yeah, I would love Ava and Finn. Elizabeth and Finn are so boring. The thing with Elizabeth and Finn is that this story about her being stalked is dragging out, honey. We all know it's Elizabeth. And if it's not Elizabeth, then who is it? Heather Weber? Like who? Heather Weber is old. You mean to tell me she moving that quick? She got skills to mess with the security cameras and corrupt the footage? How does that happen? But then again, how is Elizabeth corrupting footage? I really want this to be unveiled. Now she's staying at the Metro Court, but you know it's going to follow her to the Metro Court. Come on now, give us a hint. What's going on? Who? What do you think is happening with Nicholas and Spencer should ride into the sunset together, father-son style? I miss Silas' old apartment. What do you think is going to happen with Elizabeth? Who is doing this to Elizabeth? Because I think Elizabeth is doing it when she is disassociating. It's Liz. I'm just like, it's got to be Liz. And the fact that nobody has maybe put it together yet, but now they, Finn went off on Lucy because Lucy gave Aiden the Ouija board. And now Lucy, the last time Lucy and Elizabeth were talking were about the possibility of ghosts. Maybe it's Franco's ghost, his spirit. I don't believe it's that. It's a person. It is definitely a person. Right now, Elizabeth is my main suspect, but none of the characters have yet put it together. That's what we're waiting on. We're waiting for someone to either catch Elizabeth in the act or for someone to point it out to them. And at this point, hopefully, with her staying at the Metro Court and the trouble following her, someone will maybe Finn will revisit the idea of her getting a session in with Kevin. She needs therapy. Disassociating. I think that once she's free in her heart and mind to move on, we will see a wonderful relationship between them. You think so, Krista? Finn and Elizabeth still have potential. They can't really move forward in a lighthearted, easy relationship until after she's made peace with her past. Those are facts. She's sleepwalking or hating behind it, or her other family members. Daddy. The thing about her other family members is, why after staying away from Elizabeth and the kids for all these years would you come back to harm her? That would just be really bizarre. Sorry. Okay, so there's that out the way. Now let's go on to, we had scenes with Trina and Officer Rory. A lot of folks, someone asked me why I didn't like, I guess I need more time. It's not that I don't like the characters. Maybe I need more time to get used to it. Maybe Rory is too new and stuff, and he has to be broken in as a character. It takes me time to warm up to newbies. I'm neutral when it comes to Rory. I don't like him or dislike him. I don't know him yet. He seems like a good guy. He seems but corny, a little corny to me. However, if him and Trina kindling something between them ruffles Spencer's feathers and has Trina completely move on from that situation, I'm all for it. I am all for it. Please and thank you. Even though I know that Spencer is trying to play Esme, to me, it's too late for that. Way too late for that. I'd rather have Spencer just come out and been honest and transparent, because you have Trina hanging off in the corridor listening to Spencer stroke Esme's ego. And yes, baby. And Trina's still, hey, hi. And Trina's hearing all of this, and that's not going to go away. That's not going to go away. You should have just been like, you should have just kicked Esme to the curb and been done with it. And been done with it. Please. No. I miss her too. You like Officer Rory? Yes, honey? Hi. You want milk? You don't think you have a big enough milk mustache already? All right, let's go get some milk. Come on. You want me to go? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. All right, sorry about that. Okay. You're not here for Trina and Rory? Okay. But anyway, so what I'm hoping is that I look forward to this being over and Trina being exonerated. Yes, honey. Your you got a brand new milk mustache. Girl, give me that. Give me that milk mustache.
Mommy.
Yeah.
I want some Cheetos.
You want some Cheetos?
Yeah.
Girl, you just snacking tonight, ain't you? Come on, let's go. Go get you some Cheetos. Come on.
The ball.
Put your dress down, girl. Okay, I think Layla is situated for a little bit. My bad. Sorry about that. But I look forward to this case going to trial and seeing the outcome of it. I cannot wait for Esme to be exposed because she is so much like Nell that it's disgusting. I liked Nell. Nell was fun, but Esme, I don't like her. Like, she's doing just what Nell did, and I loved Nell. I know everybody was like, they was so happy when she died. I love the mess that Nell brought, but Esme doing it and just coming through and like, oh no, you're the crazy one, Trina. You're the one who did that sex tape and then got everyone believing it's me. And oh my goodness. I will say that the comment section, they were saying that Trina this week showed more power than she did the previous weeks, and that they enjoyed seeing her stand her ground with Esme and Spencer. I did like that. I did like the dialogue. What I will say is that I want her to be that way all the time and not just be like mute when it comes to Jocelyn. But again, since it's still a new recast, it's going to take me time to adjust. That's all I'm going to say further about it. It's just going to take me time to adjust to her delivery and her presence as Trina versus Sydney Michaela's portrayal. That's it. Someone left a comment saying that I was like talking about the actress. We don't do that here, okay? I don't even know the girl's name in real life who plays Trina now. We try to stick with the characters here because it's fictional. I can deal with talking about fictional characters. I don't really like dealing with the real people on, on the side of it. So we were talking about Trina, all right? And what I said was that I believed that the recast needed to be recasted. That's what I said, okay? And I still stand by that right now, but we'll just have to see how this goes forward and how the new person in the role makes the character her own. But we stick with the fictional. I don't like talking about the real people. I just no thank you. New Trina act too shy and scary. Yeah, that's pretty much what we were saying. We were just like, she brings a different presence. And again, it's going to take some time getting used to. Like this week, I was looking at New Jordan and how she interacted with Carly when Carly was in the emergency room. Now, the latest Jordan, I'm starting to be okay with her. You know what I mean? I like how I really was liking how she was questioning Carly and how she was really spot on with her questions. She was just like, okay, so why would Harmony go through all the trouble of killing 2 people and then trying to kill another 2 people? Is it just that the Willow isn't her daughter, or is there more to it? And she was like, Carly, what do you know? Jordan wasn't off. Her instincts were actually spot on. Carly didn't know, but she may suspect. But Carly doesn't actually know anything more than what everyone else now knows. But Jordan was spot on with her instincts on that. So I actually appreciate it. So I was like, okay, so this Jordan, we're gonna have to see. But I'm digging her vibe right now. Right, Krista, she sure has. You said New Trina is timid. Oh, but she's been passive to you. Right, Crystal. Hey, Caroline. I'm good. How are you? You said you really hate the new Jordan. This new Jordan is sharp. The new Trina has an innocent vibe about her, but this past week's dialogue helped kind of tore that down. A lot of people were saying that. They really liked that she stood her ground when it came to Spencer, especially how she told him off. I did enjoy that. That was good. And how when Esme told Trina, oh, you caught like half the town turning against me, and she said, oh, I must not be working hard enough, something to that effect. That wasn't the exact dialogue, but she was like, oh, I guess I ain't doing the best I can do in that area. Loved it. They need to talk to Alexis. Why is it always, they have to, when there's like a temporary recast or a recast in general, when it does happen, it's usually at the height of a story when you really wanted the actual actress to be a part of it. Dang. Yes, Courtney, wasn't that evidence? Maybe they got done processing the evidence and they put it back, I guess. I guess. That's all I can say about that. Oh, Rory and Trina could be like Brandy's Cinderella. Well, Nancy has surgery or procedure. Yeah, I figured that. I figured that it had to be some reason why she had to be temporarily recasted. I was just thinking, I was like, dang, it always happens when the story is like reaching its climax in some time. At that point, I mean, I wanted to slap the stand in Alexis. All right, so moving on from that. Okay, now let's get to Brooklyn and Chase. They were about to passionately kiss, honey, until Michael and Leo interrupted, but mostly Michael. Brooklyn was so upset with him, and then he was like, he was hurt. And Brooklyn ran up on him, was like, you were hurt? Are you okay, Chase? And he was like, yeah, I'm okay. And next thing you know, they were just swooping in, and Michael just comes up and he's like, oh, I got to talk to you about ELQ. Damn it! Oh my goodness. I love, oh my gosh. I'm looking forward to them. What do we think about what Brooklyn is concerned about in regards to Austin and Maxie's relationship? Brooklyn, and correct me if I'm wrong, Brooklyn seems to think that Austin might be looking for a come up. That's what she was saying, right? That she thinks that Austin is looking for some money, and she's looking out for Maxie to see if Austin is genuine about her. But where is this coming from? Because it seemed like to me he's been interested in her all this time. But do you think that Brooklyn is on to something and that Austin is just looking to see where he could get some money? I'm here for Brooklyn and Chase, so am I. You said, I'm tired of Brooklyn and Chase, just get together already. Michael pops in at the most inopportune times. Oh, Krista, that could be true. You hate Austin? I agree, Jennifer. He's a doctor. He's a doctor. I thought Austin just wanted to. I don't know. We're not even gonna go into all that. I can't. My head. Okay, so Brando and Sasha, girl, Gladys is about to find out what's on that chip. Did the photographer notice that he got her doing coke on that chip? It kind of seemed like the photographer didn't notice that he had got what Sasha was doing, or that he might have. I'm glad that Gladys got the chip. I'm just wondering how she's going to approach it when she goes through the files and sees the image. That's going to be another thing. That paparazzi. Yes, he did. Like, people could really get in your face like that. Like, at that point, that to me, you should be arrested. You should be arrested. That was not doing your job. You should be arrested. He was harassing. I mean, you can't be arrested for that? He was all up in her face, and y'all talking about, oh, we're gonna call Carly. Why didn't somebody call security then and have him, like, you couldn't get him removed from the premises then? He was really on my nerves, his attitude. I said, oh my gosh, do celebrities really have to deal with these pricks like this? That was so nasty and disrespectful, even when the accident occurred. And he's sitting there talking about, look what you did. Sir, were you not chasing them down in your car? Sasha is a mess. He didn't. He sure didn't care. And then, of course, using it as an opportunity, we can see what kind of person he is. No scruples, just like Schmaltz. So they're at the deception meeting. Sasha is clearly not okay. Before she got there, she had sat down with Nina. They, had a little powwow. I don't know what to say about Nina and Sasha, except I'm glad that they have each other, that Nina is that support for Sasha, even after all they've been through. She brought up a good point to Nina about her relationship with Sonny, and how Sasha was concerned about Brando just running up in there and helping Sonny. But Brando has stayed clear of the business, and Brando is such a man of integrity. Absolutely love Brando. Such a good guy, and he really loves Sasha. I feel like he is such a good husband. You know what I mean? He's such a good husband to her already. Now, Nina is just going to be an idiot. She wants to be a part of Sonny's world, but what is she going to do when she really sees what it's like to be a part of his world? That's the question. Also, there was a moment between Sonny and Dante, and I loved it. After Dante had come from the hospital and he saw one of the guys that did, the attempted robbery on Charlie's, he was laid up in the hospital bed. Of course, he didn't tell Dante a thing, and Dante goes to see Sonny. At the end of their conversation, Dante left it at, hopefully the message got across and there will be no repercussions. And Sonny was like, I appreciate that the PCPD has a cop such as yourself on the force. I was like, wow, you guys, it was more like it felt like Dante was like, I know it was you, Dad. Hopefully it won't have to go any further. Hopefully I won't have to come and be on your ass about this, Dad. And Sonny was just like, yep, I hope so too, son. I think you're doing a great job. Yeah, of course Dante knew. How could you not know? Even Nina knows. Even Nina knows. She knows. It would have made more sense to Sasha's character if Liam had been born addicted to drugs because that happens. Yes, I'm living proof that that happens. My mother was a crack addict, my biological mother. So it happens. What if that photographer is in cahoots with Schmaltz to get a story on something? But doesn't the photographer work for Schmaltz? Didn't he call Schmaltz to the hospital? And that's why Brando got in his face? Okay, so let's get back on track. So, now Sasha and Brando are looking for a home. Lucy was trying to help them, and everyone is supporting both Sasha and Brando, and I think that's great because Sasha is grieving through drugs, and Brando is completely clueless about that part of it. And everyone's reaching out to him like, she doesn't seem very well. So at the little deception meeting, the photographer comes in, harasses her, and her and Gladys end up leaving. Everyone was like, "Oh, Gladys took the memory card and everything like that." Gladys, you're the GOAT for that. Absolutely awesome. And so before we get to the crash, Harmony. Let's go back to the main event this week. Harmony. Girl, it was gonna have to happen at some point. It was going to have to happen at some point because you doing too much with your body count. Way too much. What do you all think about what's happening with Harmony before I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start with Harmony. Lorraine. I keep forgetting her name is Lorraine. Lorraine, is it Miller? Lorraine Miller? Not co-workers per se? Okay. Hey, Shakira. What are your thoughts on what's happened with Harmony? And we were talking earlier on whether or not Harmony would die. It was just, wow, this girl, the absolute. And there was just no other way for it to end other than her dying or where she is right now, because she was trying to take out two people at once. And it was like, girl, this is complete madness. This is complete madness. And somebody had to stop her because she really, like Carly said, had a psychotic break. A psychotic break. I agree with you, Susan. I'm really sad that it came down to this. Does anybody think that Harmony had to be sacrificed in order to make Willow Nina's daughter? Do you think that's what's happening here? That they had to sacrifice Harmony in order for them to change direction for the story? Harmony should have told Willow the truth and she probably would have forgiven her. No. I could see, because I think for years, I don't know. You don't think? It seems like it. I think this was a storyline all along. Well, we all knew. We all knew that, and we've been saying it for so long since Willow first came on the show, because Nina again was picking on on Willow so badly when she was a teacher. And back then we were all like, oh, this must be her daughter. We were like, before we even knew anything about Willow, the way Nina was going so hard on Willow, we were like, watch, it turns out that Willow is Nina's daughter. We've been saying that from jump. But what I mean is that why did Harmony and Willow's relationship, or why did Harmony have to crash and burn so badly in order for this to happen? But you could be right. This could have been the story the whole time. Oh, my Lord. You said, how is Carly alive and Neil is dead? Did they get the same dose? Yet from jump, folks saw it. We sure did. It would be interesting if the one person Willow can't stand is her mother. She will be shocked. Well, it is. So far, we don't have a DNA test, but due to those notes that Neil Byrne took, it's true. And that's why Harmony claims that she killed Neil, because Neil wanted to tell the truth. Neil, shut your ass up. Like, I'm not saying he deserved to die for it, but just because you were out your practice, you should have still honored your client confidentiality because it happened and she admitted those things while she was your patient. Neil sitting there talking about he wanted to come clean and tell the truth. That was not for you to come clean about. That was not your secret to tell. And you should have honored that privilege, because that privilege took place while you were still in under oath by that privilege. I'm not saying he deserved to die from it, but no. Hey, Atomic. But no, Neil, no. I don't agree with you on that. But he didn't deserve to die for that. Absolutely not. But he'd rather leave his family than tell them he is bipolar. That truth about Marshall. That truth. It make no sense. Harmony stayed low-key about the whole thing. I don't remember Neil acting like he wanted to tell anyone. Did they just make... that's a filler. They had to... Catherine, I think they wrote that in later, because a lot of us was wondering why Neil died or how Neil died. I would have never thought... If you would have told me years ago that Harmony was the one to kill him, I would have been like, oh, Harmony must have done it on orders of Shiloh. That's what I was thinking at first. I was like, oh, Shiloh must have done it because of Dawn of Day. I thought they were getting back at Alexis. I thought Shiloh was the one who put Harmony up to it. I would have never thought she did it to maintain a secret. Yeah, well, you're right. Willow was meant to be her daughter from the jump. The audience knew. The audience knew. And I feel like the writers went all this way around to the truth because they were upset that the audience knew off rip. And they were like, you know what? We're not going to give in that easily. No. I feel like that's... But we all knew. We all knew that Willow and Nina was mother and daughter by the way she was mistreating her ass. And if they didn't take so long to reveal that truth, then Nell would have never been a part of it. I'm telling you. If they wouldn't have waited this long to make Willow Nina's daughter officially, Nell would have never been made a part of it. Never. Never would she have been made a part of it. Yes, they reconned the story. Nell would have never been made a part of it at all. At all. Yeah, how does Phyllis not know that? Oh, thank you for saying that. She said Willow's adoptive dad died the same way. I was thinking that when I was watching the episodes. I said this isn't the first time. Neil was not Harmony's first kill. Neil was not Harmony's first kill. And I'm going to leave that alone. She's killed before. And the first person I thought of was Willow's father. Or Harmony's, Lorraine's husband. I was like, oh, she killed her husband. Okay, now we see how she killed him. Rewrite? Mm-hmm. Yes, Sharon, as a smoke screen. If they would not have waited so long to make Willow Nina's daughter, Nell would have never been made Nina's daughter. They would not have done that. It's like they went ahead and they did that to kind of close the story, but they were like, no, we still want to go and bring Willow in because it'd be more drama. Willow and Nina was always meant to be mother and daughter. I agree with what somebody said that. I agree. She was always meant to be Nina's daughter. You said Willow and Nina is like a watered down Sam and Alexis back in the day. But okay, so getting back to it. So Harmony was gonna make it seem like an accidental drowning. That's what I'm thinking. That Carly suffered an accidental drowning, but that she drowned in the trunk of her car. Can we talk about that real quick? She was gonna make it seem as though Carly died in the trunk of her car of an accidental drowning. Or other people may have picked it up as one of Sonny's enemies killed his ex-wife and put her in the truck. Excuse me. But okay, wouldn't Nina know if she had twins? I don't know. Oh, Nell stole the necklace from Willow. So anyway, those Carly and Alexis got away with it. They were able to join forces against Harmony. All those questions and those dialogues and getting the answers and the truth coming out in the open. We got through all of that. Harmony ran away. They were able to call 911. And as Sasha is being chased down, she hits Harmony, who runs into the middle of the street, not looking both ways. Harmony's lucky because Sasha, even though she was high on cocaine, she acted very quickly and was checking her pulse and was like, oh, she's not breathing, did CPR, and was able to bring her back. So Sasha, even though she is under the influence, honey, you did an excellent job. Okay, I would have shoot. If I would have hit somebody, I wouldn't have been under the influence. I hope not. Of course not. But you acted better than me. I don't even know how to do CPR. Like, wow. And she's just beating herself up terribly over this mess. And I think it has to do with her guilt of taking the drugs and of course hitting Willow's mom. And she's just it's just awful. It's like, dang, how much more does Sasha got to go through? Like, for real. I don't think Harmony will die. I don't want her to die. I want her to be alive I don't think she's going to answer for it, or of course, but it's just like, that would be too easy. That'd be too easy for her to die. I think Willow needs to have more closure. I think Willow needs to have that moment where she looks Harmony in the eye, because I know Carly is, she's going to find out, and maybe Carly will actually tell her all of it. I think Carly, and we're going to get to that, is going to tell her all of it. But I think Willow really needs to have that moment to go in there and look in this woman in the face and be like, so you're not my mother? You're not my mom? She needs that. She needs that. So I don't want Harmony to die, because Willow needs that. I'm not going to say it's going to bring closure, but she needs it. Right, Crystal. Harmony will likely pay for her crimes and deal with Willow being mad at her. Oh no. Oh, you're right, Blink FM. You right. Oh, good Lord. You think Harmony's going to die. So I just want to say that everyone, okay, let me see. Everyone was amazing. Everyone was amazing. Even Gladys. I remember when she first came on, all of us, we was just like, oh my goodness, can you please get Gladys out of here? Now Gladys is that aunt that you love to hate. She that aunt that you just looking like, but she will tell it like it is, honey. She will tell it, because the part that made me laugh was when she asked Carly if Harmony was going to be okay. And I think, Carly was like, why do you ask? And she was like, because I care about the suffering of others. Maybe you should try it sometime. Oh my Gladys. But it's like it took her time. But it took time, but it's like, okay, now I can digest Gladys. Gladys was a lot in the beginning, but especially because of her character development. And I'm not gonna say development, but because she's now bonded with Sasha, and she's like, that's my daughter-in-law, and so and she, she's really, you can digest Gladys, because now we're like, okay, we know Gladys. We know her, okay? Gladys is the aunt you see occasionally, but not often. She's evolved, right? So it's like, yeah, Gladys did an amazing job. Jocelyn and Carly's relationship with her children, especially Jocelyn, shines so brightly. And seeing Carly throughout all of this, now, I don't know how to say this. First of all, this is what I love about soap operas, is that you can see these characters. Carly has been a character on the show, the character of Carly, for over 25 years. For over 25 years, we have seen Carly evolve. Really, do a complete evolution, from the woman who shot Tony Jones in the back, from the woman who slept with her mother's husband and, had 3 possible baby daddies for herself. Carly has evolved. So her sitting there with Jocelyn, and the fact that, I know she didn't raise Jocelyn alone, but Carly has done the bulk of raising Jocelyn. So for Jocelyn to sit there and tell her mother, like, I was so happy when she was like, I don't think you should wait to tell her. I was like, thank you, hallelujah. And she's right. Because if you wait to tell her, you give yourself time to rationalize not giving her the truth, because you think that it's going to hurt her to know the truth. Like, oh, she got too much to deal with, let me hold back. No. If you give yourself time to do that to yourself, then you're not going to be honest. So Jocelyn's advice was wonderful. Was like, it's not going to hurt any less if you wait to tell her. So you might as well tell her it right. And I was so happy because Brando did the same thing. Brando was like, you need to go, told Sasha, you need to go tell her. I mean, everybody was phenomenal. I was like, thank you. Thank you. That nobody is sitting there trying to keep a secret all in the name of we don't want to hurt Willow. Thank God. Willow isn't some daggone. Willow can handle it. She's still standing. Yeah, it was like, oh my gosh, but she took it. She took Sasha telling her what happened. Absolutely. Absolutely. And her and Sasha, I know it hurt her, but her telling her that when as it happened, it kind of strengthened the integrity of their relationship and their friendship. So thank goodness that Brando was like, told his wife, you need to go tell her. And Sasha was like, yep, I'm going to go tell her. Gladys was like, no, we got to do it right now. Yes, right now. Yes. Yes. While it's fresh, while the wound is open, let it out. Let it bleed. Let it out. Don't sit there and tell her as she's healing and she's trying to stitch up and then you rip it all open again. And the same thing for Carly. Yeah, she'll be disappointed, but she'll know. Laura Wright, Joss is pretty decent to be a product of Carly and Jax. Oh, yeah, she did get shot giving birth. Mm-hmm. You hate Carly. Hey, Sean. Carly was awful in the beginning. Sasha hates telling lies, especially what she did to Nina. Yeah, and it falls right in line with Sasha's character. So I'm so glad that and I don't think Sasha could have went around not telling Willow anyway. She just wears it on her now. Like she can't, especially with her doing cocaine, she just wears it on her. She wouldn't be able to keep that from Willow. And then with Carly, she was in the room with Jordan, and when Jordan was pressing her, like, but is that really all to the story that Harmony would go to such lengths to kill two people just because she's not the mother? Is there more to it? And Carly was thinking of it in her head. To me at this point, even though Carly suspects, Carly doesn't know the full truth. Carly doesn't know for sure that part of it. So if Carly doesn't say anything to anyone about Willow possibly being Nina's daughter, I'm not mad at her because she doesn't know that. She does not know that. And I think she needs to stay her ass out of that. Carly girl, keep your speculations to yourself, honey. Stay out of it. Let somebody else open that Pandora part of the box, honey. Stay, girl. Just tell her what you know to be true and leave the rest alone. Leave the rest alone. Because folks already online talking about, oh, Carly knows and she's not going to tell because of what, please don't. Please don't. I don't want Carly stooping down to Nina's level. I really don't. Sonny is trash. I've been in Michael's position where my father cheated, and no, disrespecting my mother was not just his business. Yes, Kevin. And what she did to Willow and Michael for the right reasons. Carly needs to remember what happened the last time she didn't tell Nina she had a daughter. Ooh. My thing is that, do you believe that Carly should... Okay, so does Carly know? She speculated in her head. We saw her in her head thinking back. Do you count this as Carly knowing the truth? Because to me, in her head, it's just a speculation. And if I was her, I would keep quiet about a speculation. Because if it was me, I don't want to know. Like, I don't want to be a part. I'd be like, I don't want to know. Like, this is too much. I don't want to know. Oh, you wouldn't tell Nina? Yes, she did keep the secret. I was thinking that today because one thing about Carly and something that, like, I feel like she kept that secret with Sonny about him killing AJ. But now when you look at her relationship with her kids, Carly has a different integrity with her children in their relationship. Carly, she's grown to the point where she really respects them as people. It's kind of different where Sonny is like, I can do no wrong and you need to respect me as your father. Whereas Carly, I feel like she's kind of grown to understand that they're adults. And when she was talking to Jocelyn, I was wondering how she was going to, if she was going to lie or if she was going to be straightforward. And I appreciate that she instead said, well, the reason what happened between me and Harmony is because I know a secret that Willow doesn't know. And she left it at that. Jocelyn didn't push to know what the secret was, or at least she was that honest about it. She was like, I know something that Willow doesn't. And I was like, wow. Wow. About Nell, Jax did. That's probably. Also, yeah, could be. Also, I think that it's good that Carly is in the storyline because it brings more of a messy factor to it. Because eventually this was going to affect Carly, whether or not she was in it in this particular way. It was going to affect Carly because of because of Wiley, Willow, Nell, and Michael. Carly was going to get involved at some point because of them. So it just happened this way. So I think Carly was going to get involved regardless. I guess maybe if it wasn't for the recast, it wouldn't have been to this extent. But she was going to get involved at some point. And it also frees up that the truth can come out. Did anybody see the previews for tomorrow's episode? Is Carly really going to be the one to tell Willow that Harmony isn't her mother? I'm hoping, I'm like, please rip that Band-Aid off. Please rip it off. Because Willow is sitting there beating herself up. Like, she's like, oh my goodness, I wasted so much time with my mother. And I'm like, girl, oh Willow, this ain't your mama. She's not your mom. She's not your mom. And there was something very interesting that she said. When she was talking to Michael, she said that she couldn't think of like an extended period of time with her mother in which they were happy, like they had like a real happy time and they were just so good. She said trouble or hurt or pain was like with it. She was like, it was never like just a peaceful relationship with my mom. It was always constantly like something bad was always happening. Like it was like really all bad without, throughout my relationship with my mom. And what, Willow's in her 30s and now they're just starting to rebuild that relationship and oh, she's hit by a car. I just want to say this, even in a fictional world with soap operas, it's amazing how like you really reap what you sow. Harmony, Lorraine, stole this baby from another woman and has not had a peaceful relationship with this girl throughout her entire life. It's like, not only did you cheat, you cheated. You broke the law. You broke like the law of the universe by cheating and stealing and taking what's not yours. But you didn't even enjoy it. You didn't even enjoy it. And it makes me wonder why she's so obsessed with keeping Wiley and Willow when it's not like you guys had this great bond and this awesome relationship. It like the entire time it's been a tragedy. Her relationship with Willow, from what Willow said, it's been a complete tragedy. And that's exactly what Harmony deserves, but I feel bad because it's not what Willow deserves. But it explains why. Because people like, okay, Harmony's gonna pay for it, but it's like this entire time carrying the burden of that secret and stealing and taking what's not yours. She's been getting karma from day one. Throughout Willow's entire life has been karma with her. She's had nothing but bad karma. And I'm glad that it's coming out because their whole relationship has been a curse. Her whole relationship sounds like a complete curse because you took what wasn't yours. And even in fiction, the laws of the universe apply. Absolutely horrible. No, Alexis is going to tell Willow? Really? Alexis told Harmony that she wasn't going to be the one to tell her. Is this happening in the chapel? Is Alexis going to come into the chapel? And is this going to be Alexis, or is this the recast Alexis? I don't want it to be a recast telling her. Willow is Harmony's only good accomplishment in her mind. Yeah, because Willow is such a good person. Willow is such a good person, and that's the only light in her life. But I feel like their relationship has been a complete curse. Got me feeling more sorry for Willow. I do. The girl looked devastated. Absolutely devastated. And she's like, I don't want to lose my mom. Like, I'm going to regret all that time. And it's like, girl, that time didn't even belong to Harmony. It belonged to Nina. And, ooh, it's going to be interesting to see the fallout of when the truth comes out. Because like I said, before I let you all go, how do you feel and what do you speculate about Nina and Willow's relationship? Because we know how it started. We know where it's at. And I'm just like, how can I say that Nina doesn't deserve to have a relationship with Willow when it's like this woman was robbed of both of her children? It's one of the main reasons why Nina, oh yes, Harmony don't love, thank you for that. Harmony don't love Willow. Harmony don't love Willow. Harmony don't love Willow. She let that grown man rape her daughter. I nearly forgot about that. See, a curse. Nothing but a curse. And I can't say that Nina doesn't deserve to try to have a relationship with Willow because it's a completely unfair to both her and Willow. They were robbed. And it's a huge reason why Nina is so messed up the way she is now. Because she was robbed of years of her life. She was robbed. And I don't like Nina's behavior on certain things. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how her relationship, and I know Nina is going to wear Willow down, and rightfully so, because Willow deserve to have a mother who would never give up, who's going to be good to her. And say what you want about Nina, but when she believed that she was Sasha's mother, that woman was good to that girl. That was her daughter. And I think that it's awesome that if Willow could have a mother like that, the way Nina was to Sasha, she deserves it. After all the hell she's been through with Harmony, say what you want about Nina. I don't agree with what's going on with her and Sonny, but Nina's gonna be a good mother to Willow. She gonna damn sure try, because that's been her entire mantra, her entire life, of how she was robbed of her daughter. Oh, Nina ain't gonna play. She has been from day one. Honestly, even if it's confirmed that Nell was Nina's, I don't remember that DNA. She has been. I want Nina to bond with Willow and Wiley and adopt Sasha. She sure did, Crystal. Willow is a possession to Harmony. She isn't protecting her. She's protecting her secret, right? Because if it was really about love, it was really about protecting Willow, she would have been transparent with her. She would have told her the truth. She wouldn't have been going around stacking bodies and trying to kill people. And the reason why she got so desperate in the end is because she built her whole life around this lie and around this possession, and trying to get and keep this possession. So she just lost her mind. You think they'll break up? Oh, you want to see Sasha and Willow be twins? Nina needs therapy. Well, we're just gonna have to see how it all turns out. But thank you all so much for hanging out with me on tonight's live stream. It's time for me and Layla to get ready for bed. We got a big day tomorrow. But I hope you all will join me next week. Make sure you have a wonderful night. Be safe throughout this week. Enjoy your life. And I will see you all very soon, okay? Bye.